Hey, today we would like to introduce you to Kurbats, a superhumanly strong Latvian guy who was born from a mare and who proved himself to be a strong man, for whom no job was too difficult. In fact, Kurbats is a Latvian superhero. Why so? We will tell you this, but now we would like to introduce to ourselves. We are 3 students from Latvia. We are different. Each of us has a unique story. What does unite us? We are united by the desire to make this world a better place. Maybe it's too naive, but we still believe it's possible. And we do not only desire it, we also make it happen. We are part of a vertically integrated project. We work in Bioenergy group, where together with other students and group leader Linda, we are looking for solutions for efficient use of bioenergy. Already for 2 semesters, we are working to ensure that each of you at home can get energy that you most of time just threw out in a trash. Why would 3 freaks from Latvia who actively work with trashes to get energy want to introduce you to Kurbats? Yes, this question seems is actively occupying your mind. And for that, we have an answer. Just like Kurbats, we are fighting with multi-head dragons, monsters that lurk from all around every day.
And first monster, or as Kurbats would call it, the 3-headed dragon, is chemical fertilizer. Not that big and might even seem friendly, but it has its dark side. This dragon pollutes our rivers, lakes, seas and oceans, increasing eutrophication and decreasing the quality of water in the whole world.
The second monster we are facing is non-renewable energy sources, the 5-head dragon. We are dependent on resources that will not be there forever. So there is an everlasting need to seek for a solution that is sustainable and will be there forever.
The third, scariest monster is food waste. Over 30% of all produced food ends up in landfills. We would like to decrease the amount of waste in landfills, and we do see the resource potential in food waste. Landfills are not sustainable. This dragon must be defeated. Sustainable development is the key of our generation, but there can be no development without each individual. Latvians have a saying that if you don't put your spare change together, you will never get wealthy. We really want to give each individual, each household their own superhero to fight the monsters, to choose sustainability. How did we get this idea? When we first started working at this project, we all came with our own version and view towards the term bioenergy. It took us 3 months of research and personal development in this field to understand and come to a conclusion about what we're going to make. That's when we decided that heat from weed is what we need. At least that was the slogan of the day. The main idea was that households which produce a certain amount of food waste that would otherwise go to landfills would use our device. Kurbats would recycle the waste into heat in composting process. In the end, the household gets not only heat, but also organic fertilizer to use in the garden or their greenhouse. After months of trying to figure out the mechanics and all aspects of heat generation from waste, we finally made our first sketch. Some things vary from the prototype we're currently developing. But now, looking back, this seems incredible. How close did we get to the complete solution in only 1 semester?
Then we started practical work. For the work to be efficient, we divided in 2 teams. One did lab research and other built the prototype. Yet every week both teams came together to share their work done and any problems they faced, so that everyone could be aware of the project development. And they could express their ideas about future work. But let's get into both teams more specifically.
Carbohydrates, or as we are used to know, carbs. Carbs are the source of energy, and every day we absorb them through the food. Whenever you grab banana to get energy for the day, you waste energy by throwing out its peel. In the lab, we are testing different types of food waste to sum up how much energy we are wasting in trash can every day. Composting is a complex process, and I'm sure you have seen compost somewhere for gardening, but have you thought who is providing this process? It's full of small, hardworking fungi. who are decomposing the dead organic matter. In lab, we are growing our own army of fungi. We choose the strongest ones and the most hardworking ones.
And by that time, prototype team was going shopping and starting Kurbat's building process. It all started with a large materials list. Afterwards, the fun construction part. Fair to say that some things went quite unusual. For example, copper tube bending. I wouldn't imagine it could be so sophisticated. And then we have our 60-liter barrel in which is stored drill for the compost mixing, copper tube filled with water for heat transfer, and as you see, the bottom metal plate serves as stabilizer and perforated net for liquid to pass through. Also, we have an air pump and humidifier to maintain compost preferable parameters, but these are details.
To log data over time, we made a device that would measure temperature and save the data on an SD card. We also knew the risk of anaerobic fermentation and methane production, so we put a gas sensor there as well to notify us in case of methane production. Name one thing we haven't taken into account? Yes, you're right. There might be numerous problems still to discover and solve.
Unfortunately, COVID-19 affected our plans of practice work, so there are few things and data we would like to collect about our device. Definitely, Kurbat has some road ahead to reach perfection, and as it is in science, we won't avoid replanning, adjusting, repairing processes in our work, but we are ready for that. And apart from it, Kurbat is planning for some more big things, both in technical and industrial aspects as well. For example, lowering the heat losses, odor, and some other unrecognized technical problems. Also, we are planning to patent our product, develop it, and make it more appealing for customers.
Be brave and stand for the better future. Fight with dragons all around you. Don't let them get the victory. Be strong and never give up. Whenever you feel that the dark side of the society pulls you down, stay still. Work hard. Pull all your efforts and resources to reach the goal. Be like Kurbats.